I've got really energetic Pomeranians this morning, so expect a few noises in the background. So there's a few things going on today. Moon continues through equalizing Libra, where harmony is what we're looking for. We want cooperation. We want balance when the moon is coming through Libra. We're uncomfortable with extremes on one end or the other. So, togetherness rather than competition is what we're looking for. But we have some things going on that are a little bit more complex that add a few layers today. The sun is in conjunct to Mars. Mars is retrograde. So this is having us look at how our impulses and more conscious self-expression not in alignment. So these inconjunctions allow us to see how what is going on in our head and what's going on within our body, or what's going on with our belief system on the one hand and our belief system on the other. Where are these incongruencies here? So we can better know ourselves. If we aren't completely aware of where those conflicts are within ourselves, it makes it hard to have a consistent boundary. We have boundary issues when we're dealing with inconjunctions because we're one way on the one hand, but we're this completely unrelated way on the other hand. And both of these things can exist in the same person at the same time.
Girls.
Shh. They are really riled up this morning. So we have to get impulses and what's on our heart more in alignment. And we can only see that through usually seeing ourselves within relationship and seeing some of our hypocrisies come out in our behavior and then taking ownership for that. That's power. That is power. Taking total responsibility for what you say and do. That's an outlook that says nobody controls me. Nobody outside of me has any responsibility for what I do. I am totally in control. If you're outsourcing or blaming or looking for something, somebody to tell you something outside yourself, they have control. They have the power. They are controlling the trajectory. And this is the square between Saturn and Jupiter is pointing this out today too. So when we blame somebody outside of ourselves because we were allowed to go beyond our limit, you know, that person didn't put the stop on us, or that person didn't control us, that person didn't contain us, that person didn't have good enough boundaries. This is a way that we lie to ourselves. And we say, oh, if only that person had been good or stronger or more mature or whatever, then I would have gotten in trouble. And it's a way to not take responsibility for your own actions. And yeah, maybe the other person isn't perfect, but you have to take responsibility for your own lack of self-control, or else you're just seeing them as the source. You're seeing them as the source. You're the source. You're the one who gets to decide. So there's a balance that's being worked with with the square between Saturn and Jupiter. The first one happened August 19th, and that was a big lesson there in how to retool so we can get our hopes and our dreams. Jupiter's the trajectory of what we want to build. It's inspiration, it's hope, it's the meaning in our life. And Saturn is the tools, the experience, and the current state of our maturity that we have to use to get that Jupiter dream. And we look at how is my dream and what I want, and how is that in alignment with the tools that I've got? When it comes to what I'm already prepared for, how do I need to develop some things that can ground, bring into reality, manifest these Jupiterian dreams? So a lot of us can feel deflated when we have the square because we're bringing Jupiter a little bit more into alignment with Saturn, and then we are pumping up Saturn a bit to be in tune with Jupiter. So where it is that we need to speed up within ourselves, that's a bit uncomfortable because we have to come out of our comfort zone. We might fail a little bit or a lot bit. That's the fear with Saturn coming out of our comfort zone. Maybe we'll lose out somehow, but what we want, God, it might be worth the risk. And even if we're not completely confident, even if we don't have total capability, this is where we can really look at, is the fear, the threat of failure, a growth opportunity for me? Is this a lesson? And if I choose to accept this lesson of growth without having all my sea legs under me, if I choose to accept this, do I have at least enough confidence that I can learn on the fly? I can pick it up. I can strengthen as I go along my journey. So you have to look at this like a call to action, a call to a journey, but we got a bad knee. Saturn's the knee. We're like, well, I really want to go there. I want that. A little bit hobbled. But you know what? I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna make sure that I bring an anti-inflammatory. I'm gonna wear my brace. And I'm gonna do some preparation. I'm gonna spend a few weeks building up that particular knee, so I have more confidence that I can do this and I can complete the journey. So no, we don't have a perfect toolbox. But if we have enough confidence, if we know ourselves well enough, if we take care, if we add a few things, if we update a few things, if we admit to ourselves, basically if we admit to ourselves that I want that, but I might be a little weak in these areas to get it, how can I improve? How can I take responsibility for that self-improvement instead of placing it outside of myself and seeing it as a demand from the environment? And I really don't want to do. That's where we fall short with this square. Do not cut corners with this one. Saturn doesn't like that. We will fail our Saturn test if we cut corners. You have to be careful. You have to operate with care. with mindfulness. Watch your step with this one, because it's similar to being, climbing a mountain. That's what Jupiter is. It's the mountain we see. It's the vistas we know that we could see if we traveled there. That urge for growth, because it brings us outside of ourselves. And we get to enter another world. And we want all the excitement along the journey. So Jupiter is that trek up the mountain. Saturn's the top. And Saturn's the peak. It's where we arrive. We're proud of ourselves for all of our hard work. So we're trekking up the mountain at the square. We aren't there yet. And we have to continue to put one foot in front of the other. We can fall back during this time because we can feel deflated. We can look up and say, oh my God, I'm really going to have to invest more in this. Look how far up I still have to go. Some of us can get a little lazy and fall back. That's where we fail our Saturn test. We don't develop the strength of character that we're asked to develop when it comes to developing our sovereignty. The ability to think for ourselves, to act in our own interest. That means you have to tell the truth. So we get more real about what we're lacking. We'll tell the truth to ourselves about how do we not have a completely practical, available vehicle to put our dreams into yet. But if we keep at it, we just might be able to materialize that. Alrighty, that's what I got. You guys have a wonderful Christmas Eve. I might check in with you later. We'll see. I've got a lot going on over the next few days. There's quite a bit of company here, a lot of action. I've committed myself to helping out quite a bit. So we'll see what happens. I will pop in when I can. Have a great day, guys.